My dad thinks, he goes, no, she works here. I'm like, no.
Her, I think she sold it. I mean, when
She meant, yeah.
But I never spoken about what's going on.
I don't wanna be a disturbance. Okay. I'm gonna try to be good.
Try to be good.
I will try to be good.
You don't have to.
Like fix that right before this breaks.
I'm just loving seeing familiar faces.
There we go.
I will tell you.
Oh.
Colors.
Oh my gosh. But you know, we sit so busy. We're just going.
You know,
Well, stop just going in the house. We're at everybody's house.
yeah. You know, I lost.
Yeah,
I would remove
Yeah.
my
Okay,
house.
well, I know.
Yeah. Are you serious?
They're like, oh, you don't have to wear that. You're in our house. And I was like, actually, I do. And I said, I appreciate it. And I've never asked anyone to wear a mask in their own home. You know,
I know it's
yep. But, you know, I just explained to them on immune suppressive drugs, I am very vulnerable. Yeah, I think y'all know me well enough. You know, my words are very direct. I depend very much on my presentation.
Okay, I will. Sorry about that.
And to laugh and whatever, you know,
She's just.
when you lose half your face, all they're hearing is my words.
We'll get there.
I know.
I think that had a lot to do with it.
There's so many people who mumble like that.
Okay,
Lift it up.
get on it. Hi. Hi. For those of you who don't know, my name is Ann Lakusta, and I am now your broker. And yay! I think being a broker is more than just helping you when you have a legal problem. I think being a broker is helping you understand the things that you're allowed to do strategically to help you win in the market, right? Because I think sometimes, particularly if you're a serious rule follower, I love you already, if you're a serious rule follower, and sometimes we miss opportunity because we're so busy doing what we think is right that we're not seeing the windows of opportunity open. So as I took over as broker here, I realized I think there's a big window of opportunity that you guys, well, sorry, but I think it's a big window of opportunity that you guys have been missing. And that's really understanding the difference between a coming soon listing and a pocket listing or an off-market listing or whatever wonderful phrase you want to use. And I'm gonna take just a minute and prove to you what I'm saying. But first I want to start by, I'm gonna just blow your mind for a minute. What if we go to a market where the only people that ever go into a listing are the ones already under contract to buy? And they use the option period to do their inspections and all that kind of thing. If you guys aren't beginning to feel sellers demand that, you're not paying attention. Like I said that as if that was my opinion. It is my opinion, and we're definitely going in that direction like a freight train. So we have to be a little more open to what sellers are asking for. And I'm going to prove to you that they're asking for it. Well, so wait, this is my favorite quote. I keep using it all the time. So at NAR, and I'm a NAR board of directors member, and I'm a member of the top 50 brokers in the country board. And I also don't like NAR most all the time. So it's an interesting bipolar thing that I have going on. But I get a lot of great information that way. And I love this quote. At stake is being the first point of contact for homeowners who are thinking of selling their home, who are thinking of selling. Something we as agents take for granted. So we've always done brand awareness. Call me when you're ready. I'm gonna pop by with some popcorn. Call me when you're ready. What are they getting in their mailbox every day? Junk mail.
Okay, well,
Mailers.
specific
to this class.
Oh, no.
Yes,
And that too.
right, are they getting offers to buy their home in
Oh,
the mail?
God, yes.
Say yes.
Text
And text
messages.
Text messages, are they getting, radio ads when they ride their car? They still radio. No, serious, right? I swear to God.
Yeah.
It's crazy what all they're receiving. So call me when you're ready, because I popped by with popcorn is probably less effective. Because really, that just doesn't work anymore. So that was my favorite quote from all of NAR. That we're fighting to be the first point of contact. When they even think the first time about selling, what do? So let's talk about that. I'm going to prove to you that you have to give a little shift in what you're doing. So this is an NAR report that came out on May the 12th about the impact of institutional buyers. It is shocking. It is shocking. Got it. There we go. Okay. Texas sold more homes to institutional investors than anybody else. I just want to tell you, so Ohio was in the room, 16% some also. That's a lot.
Yes.
Oh, now we messed up my clicker.
This is gonna be one of
I'm
those
sorry,
days.
Sarah.
That's all right.
Let's hear it for Sarah.
There we go.
Go,
Are we
Sarah,
good?
go.
Work?
Well, that's the slide I would like to be on.
Oh
Let's
my
see if I can go forward in the back. Nope. Okay, so I can do that.
Nope. We're gonna do this and then we'll
Can't
do
wait
it.
to see the clicker. I want a professional clicker fixer from you.
I do recognize this action.
I
can't just give me the clicker. She's gonna go get new batteries and bring it back to me, because this is our routine. Looks like, wow. Okay,
Dan, can I
yes,
ask one quick question?
of course.
Does that have anything to do with the fact Texas is so big?
So
Being
I'm
number
gonna say no,
Why?
because I know you wanted that to be true. I'm sorry to pop your bubble. That was a percentage of sales.
Oh, I
So
get it.
actually, the bigger we are, I mean, we should have had a lower percentage of sales. So, yeah, sorry. I know, I get it. Look at this. Look at Tarrant, Texas. Over half, 52%. The way NAR got this information was an actual look at title transfers. They did not count on net, because my big argument with them, every chance I get, is, well, y'all made it so that nothing's on MLS. Quit using that data. Quit using it. So when they came out with this survey, they went out of their way to say, well, we didn't use it. We used actual title transfers from 2021. That's why it took 4.5 months to get the data. Wow. So in Tarrant County, it is an absolute fact that over half were purchased by an institutional purchaser. How many of you have had this experience? You put a new listing on the market because you think that's the right thing to do. And you, because you know, you want as many offers as you can get and you believe it's the best exposure. I'm not dissing that, but do you get an open door offer when you do that? Say yes.
Yes.
If you haven't, it's just because you're not in their sweet spot, because it happens, I don't know, 75% of the time. Have an offer pad. Yep. How about New Western? All right. Why are those companies winning or able to buy so many? Capital, ability, okay. I'll take that.
No repairs,
Broad
no
networks.
showings.
No showings, no repairs. Is it easy?
Is for them.
Yeah, I was about to say the convenience part of it. It's
For
the
sellers.
convenience.
So I'm gonna, because I think I'm funny, I'm gonna just tell you what I think sellers think today, and you don't have to agree. This is just an opinion. I know how I feel today. Hey, Tori, we're thinking of selling. And Tori says, well, let me come over and have a listing appointment. And Ann thinks, oh God, I have to clean my house. And she's a dadgum realtor. I even gotta clean the upstairs closets because she's coming with her clipboard. She's gonna be here for at least an hour. What am I gonna do with the dogs? What movie am I gonna put in for the kids? Oh my God, that open door. They just sent me an offer. Woo! The minute Tori said I'm coming over for a listing appointment, I started to sweat. Open door didn't say, let me come over and ruin an entire evening.
That's right.
You don't have to agree. I'm just telling you how I feel. And I'm gonna challenge all of you. If you were to list your home right now today, do you want a listing appointment? Does it sound really fun? No, it sounds horrible. Be honest. You want people over there looking in your closets, because I. And yet, we just do what we do. Let me come over, let me do it. Therefore, we're not changing fast enough. All of our teaching, all of our everything, you're practicing your listing presentation. 52% of people in Tarrant County were not interested. We could have done twice the business. It's just shocking. Like, I know what's going on because I see literally thousands of transactions every year, and it's still shocking. 52% were purchased by an institutional buyer. Okay, some of those were LLCs or smaller investors. What percent do you guess? 5%, maybe? 10, maybe 10. So 42% of Tarrant County sold to an institutional investor. Don't make excuses. You know, it's a good time to just look the facts squarely in the face, right? And most of us had a wonderful year. We had a wonderful year because of what? Prices. How many of you believe that most realtors, so let me just rephrase that. I don't want to know what you think. I'm just going to tell you, right? Most real estate agents sold fewer homes. Almost everybody. And they just didn't care. It's kind of awesome life. Woohoo, I can sell 10 instead of 13 and make more money. God is good. He blessed me. Don't tell me, because I live in Denton. I know what y'all are saying. It is true. We were blessed. Not to make fun of it, but it's kind of inadequate as the entire explanation for what we as business people are expected to be paying attention to. So will fewer transactions work for you for the rest of your career? I mean, probably not. Is there a squeeze on commissions? Yeah. You're having to be able to prove your value. And some of you are saying, I don't discount. I'm proud of you. I certainly wouldn't either, but it's because I'm going to be great at knowing my value, not because I'm just vulnerable. Right? Are y'all fine?
They just can't see where you're standing.
Oh, where would you like from
No, you're
You're
good.
good.
We got it.
moved it. I just want to make sure people can see you. They can hear you.
All right. So we're here to talk about coming soon and off market. So I didn't forget the topic. It can happen, but I didn't forget the topic, right? I just want to show you why we're here to talk about that and why understanding it is more important than maybe you guys know. So this is other brands. What do you see there? What are they marketing?
Exclusive.
Exclusives. and-
Exclusive and off market and coming
Easy.
soon. Sneak peek. Are y'all marketing yet? Because it was my understanding that you're not very well as an office. Right, so I'm criticizing, sorry. I don't really mean it as a criticism, but just, to me, it was an obvious hole. That's why I'm here, like right away, first thing I want to talk about is, whoa, you're missing an opportunity. Doesn't all that sound great? Gain access to off-market homes. What, how many buyers want that? All
I
of
get
them,
calls every day.
every day.
I'm looking for off-market properties.
Oh, yeah,
Sell your home, keep your privacy. How many sellers want that?
they do.
They don't want a yard sign anymore. Are you aware of that? They just plain don't want it. Why? What happens when, like I think in my neighborhood, I live out in West Flower and they just walk constantly. It's like bike constantly. I think they drive to my neighborhood and then they all get out to walk. And it's really irritating. It's like living in downtown Manhattan in the middle of nowhere. Having said that, do I want a for sale sign in my property? Say no. Ooh, that's the Lakustas. Wonder if they're getting a divorce, wonder if they're unemployed, wonder if their mama moved in or their baby's coming. Ooh, that Patrick, he probably moved back home. He always was troublesome. Can y'all not just, I mean, I'm talking about the simple reasons why I don't want a for sale sign.
Yeah.
Just gossip. What about, do y'all watch the news ever? Do you want to invite people into your home that you don't know? Because I see them, they're on the news. They freaking lost their mind. I mean, they are rationalizing some really crazy things. No, I'm not opening my front door and going, y'all come on in. How many people do you think love that sentence? Sell your home, keep your privacy. Yep. All right, so what are options for our sellers that we can do right now today? So I thought I'd just at first make the difference very clear. Pocket listings, off-market listings, office exclusive listings, those are not on MLS. Okay, they're not on MLS. Coming soon are in MLS. Okay, do you have a question? Like, I'm just gonna stop at every, because this is very confusing to people. Right, off market, not on MLS.
They don't eventually end up in MLS.
It could,
It goes from active to pending in like a minute.
so it could. So let's go all the way through and see if you understand better. Because yes, I mean, other people are doing this.
Yeah, no. I was just, but is that like the pocket listing and the off-market listings, they're selling them, but then they're getting them into MLS for records?
Well, I'm
or-
not ever gonna put it in MLS myself, because here's what happens when you put it in MLS.
It
They
hits everybody's
call
hot
you.
sheets.
Yes, and they want to know how'd you sell it in just one day? This looks unfair. She is a clear cooperation, but oh, just, I don't care what's in there. And people say, what are we gonna do about appraisals? Is that my problem? Appraisers, I'm having to redo everything I do. Everything I do as a real estate agent is changing. Appraisers can change. They can figure out how to get data some other way. It's public record. I know we're whatever, do not disclose state, whatever. It's disclosed everywhere. We just need to do whatever it is we have to do so you can get an appraisal. Whose problem really is the appraisal? Lender, that's right. Because how do they get paid?
If it closes.
If it closes.
just like us.
Okay, we got a partner in, we better figure out that appraisal stuff, don't we? I don't care if you ever put anything on MLS again.
I thought we agreed to that. I'm old, I'm a dinosaur, just forgive me.
No, we did.
I'm a dinosaur. I thought that when we joined MLS, we agreed to put our listings.
So no, we agreed to cooperate with other brokers or whatever, but now they've changed the rules so we can't.
Okay.
I'm just playing, so the reason you're here and the reason I'm here is to tell you what the playing field is today. Right? We need strategies to win today, because they're not the same strategies. All right, so coming soon. Let's talk about coming soon. MLS participants use the coming soon status. They're able to input limited listing data and to alert other participants that a property will be available for showings at a later date. That's what coming soon is. It's not ready for showings, but it will be ready for showings, and you wonderful cooperating agents will have the opportunity to show it. Okay, that's coming soon. All right, all kinds of things. You can no longer put in a coming soon listing showing instructions. They don't allow you to anymore. You get an error message. Okay. All right, coming soon. It's in MLS, correct? Nod your head up and down. Marketing is allowed. Mark it away. Put that yard sign in the yard, right? They don't feed out to Zillow or Realtor.com. They don't. But you can send out flyers. You can do anything you want to do except what?
Show it.
Show it. No showings in coming soon status. None ever. Strictly prohibited. You will get one heck of a fine. And a couple times later, they'll take away your Netris access. Wasn't our agent, but there's an EXP agent in Flower Mound who lost their MLS access. Now they're suing for the right to work and all kinds of things. I don't know what'll happen, but they just kept violating coming soon. No showings, no showings. Incoming soon, okay? Strictly prohibited. So what is clear cooperation and off market? Clear cooperation is very simple. This is it across the top. Requires listing brokers who participate in a multiple listing service to submit their listing to MLS within 1 business day of marketing the property. That's going to be important. Stay tuned. 1 business day. Okay, I want to go back. Do you see this red sentence? Properties that are entered into MLS under coming soon status within 1 business day of public marketing. So if they have an open house and have showings, as long as they enter it into MLS 1 business day later, they're still okay. Okay, so coming soon, active open house, put it in MLS, still okay.
Does MLS allow you to put in open house dates?
On coming soon? No.
Okay.
Because you can't do it. So you have to put it in active status, or you just have to publish it. Don't do it, right? While it's
Right,
coming
no,
soon,
I know,
don't
but
do
I'm asking, you know, just for what I'm looking for.
that. So we just won a case and a fine against an agent. I'm just gonna tell you what they did. They left a property coming soon, and our agent called in his record of calling 3 different times to ask about showing it. When is it going active? The date in the computer kept moving 1 day at a time, 1 day at a time. Eventually their client called the listing agent, and the listing agent changed it to active and went and showed their client and then put it temporarily off the market. The client recorded their showing and must have told that listing agent 4 times, I have an agent, I have an agent, I have an agent, I have an agent. Listing agent would not pay commission at closing. So the commission is still sitting at title because we objected. This listing agent believed she had procuring calls
Because she doesn't return agent calls.
because she opened the door. I mean, she was solid convinced she had procuring costs. I really was totally beside myself and just went through every single, so, I mean, it just didn't matter. And they just, God bless code of ethics people, right? They just, you have to go through this, and then you have to go through this, and then you have to go through this, and it's like, fine, where do I have to be, what time? Like, we're not putting up with that crap. So she just got a $10,000 fine. So we got our 3% commission as promised on interest and a $10,000 fine. So don't mess around with it. Right? Yep. So, all right, what's considered public marketing, right? Anything. A yard sign, a flyer. No, you can't send it out to your whole database. No, you can't send it out to, well, you can send it to your database. That's not public, but you can't send it to your database of agents that are not in your brokerage.
I have a question.
Here's the fines. Yes.
So we have a lot of, and I don't, it may be a dumb question, but
No, you're
we
fine.
have a lot of agents that will say, well, so-and-so posted this on Facebook and you can tell what neighborhood it's in, even what's, but it doesn't have the specific address. Then it'll say coming soon.
Then it needs to be an MLS that's coming
Even,
soon.
that's what I thought. Okay.
Any public marketing,
Even if it doesn't have that, if it's like in this neighborhood.
it doesn't matter.
Okay. Well,
There is nothing, clear cooperation is very, that's it. Everybody wants to make clear cooperation super, like complicated. It's not complicated at all. If you market the listing to the public, it doesn't say with the address or without the address, or with the price or without the price, or with a map or without it. It doesn't say any of that. It says, if you market it to the public, you must put it in MLS within 1 business day.
So I have a question.
Okay?
So you just said if we send it to agents in our database from other brokerages.
Yep, that's public marketing.
What if we market it to agents in our brokerage?
Oh, that's fine. That's where we're going with this whole
Okay,
thing.
cool.
I was here one day and said, do y'all really have a Facebook page with off-market listings? And the answer was no. Stunning.
That was not the word I thought she was about to use.
It was not the
I'm just saying, I was like, oh, all right. Go there. I heard things about it.
I can. There's no doubt about it. Look at what everybody else is doing. And y'all don't even have an internal Facebook page. Y'all.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, we have an internal Facebook.
Well, no, but I mean for off-market listings.
I will brag on the social program.
Okay,
We share our listings with each other.
okay.
Now, I've seen one of our agents put on our Facebook page, our private one. Anybody this is what I have. It was like 2 parcels of land. Anybody with interest, blah, 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 blah. And I got the impression that was probably off market.
Okay.
So,
Well, I think, I'm just telling you what I think you should have. You should have an off-market page. Don't post fire needs there. Don't post anything that's on MLS there. Post only genuinely off-market listings that give your agents a sneak peek and then market it. There's 200 and however many agents here. Hey, Mr. Seller, want exposure to 267 agents? I got it.
mhm,
Hey, Mr. Seller in Denton County, we rock Denton County.
mhm.
Are you at all interested? So, okay. All right, fines, if you violate clear cooperation are C. Same thing, they will eventually take away your MLS. I don't know yet if they can, by the way. Part of me is a little bit interested because I am a rebel, and if they actually, can they take away your MLS? So this is all part of that Department of Justice is MLS, a membership group that they can control, which is what they say,
Mhm.
or is it a data feed? It's gonna be interesting. All right. Does the policy prohibit office exclusives? No. The answer is no, it does not. It does not prevent one-to-one promotion between these licensees and their clients. So if Tori has an off-market listing that's really off-market and you want to send it to your sphere, you can.
I can't.
Only your sphere. not other agents, not the public. Okay? This, to get really basic, this is the listing agreement, right? In case you have questions, this is coming soon, this paragraph. Seller instructs broker not to file this listing with one or more MLS services until blank days after this listing agreement. That is coming soon. That goes in, right? That's coming soon. This is off market. Seller doesn't want it in MLS. Okay, seller says, no, thank you. I don't want a yard sign. I don't want Facebook posts. Just see if you got a buyer. And I've already got an open door offer. I've already got an offer pad offer. Go get me a Keller offers offer. And then just see what your office can do.
And they don't have to do showings.
They can show away.
They can show, okay.
Okay, coming soon on MLS, no showings. Off market, no public marketing, but show all day long.
Okay.
2, you can't have like an open house, but you can have these kind of personal.
And showings, when you say that, meaning showings of agents within our brokerage?
Yes,
Okay, but no agent outside of the brokerage.
that's right. Showing your agents with their clients.
So KW Denton agents.
KW Denton agents.
And then your seller says, oh, but my neighbor has a cousin that's moving to town. We'd like them to see can they see the property?
That's fine.
We can do that?
That's no public marketing.
Okay.
Right, we're gonna get to an amendment to an
Okay.
amendment. Right, extra emphasis is a good idea on your listing agreement, right? Seller is requesting no yard sign, no public marketing. Seller is requesting that listing agent generate showings from agent's own office and own client base during this off-market time. Seller acknowledges that a full-service listing, including exposure on MLS, would most likely bring additional offers and a higher sales price. That's just greatness.
We should put that in there?
If they're going off-market,
Okay.
if they're checking this box. So I'm gonna back up. If I were a listing agent today, I would do this every time. Not some, every time. I'm gonna tell you why. I would have my seller check this box every time. Don't tell me there is a seller out there that goes, no, don't bring me any private quick offers. Let's not see what we can get easy. Let's just do hard right away. I don't think that's true. I think you're missing an entire service to your sellers. Because you never talk about it. You just walk in the door with your clipboard and assume that they want the whole shlebangaroo. And if they don't want the whole shlebangaroo, which is a word, I guess, they're wrong. Instead of literally offering them, would you like to try easy first?
Okay, I have a technical question.
All right, go.
So you're allowed to market it to your database, so not agents, they're your people.
Yeah.
Let's say one of your people, you weren't as close to them as you thought, they have another agent, they got that email and took it to their agent, are you allowed to show it?
No, you would have to go active in MLS.
That's a good question.
That was a good question.
Yeah.
Well, and if it were me, I would market first to my own group of buyers or my elite group or those people that are actually in relationship with me. Because that's a benefit to really being my client.
So are you double ending the deal then?
Or maybe it's another, I mean, I'm really talking about other agents in your office.
Sure.
We can talk about double ending a deal. I'm not opposed, I don't care if you do that or not. I know y'all were told not to do that. I don't care. So we can discuss that if you want to. I mean, remember, I'm the woman who thinks that in 2023, we'll get to the place where the only people entering a seller's home are already under contract to buy. So, all right, extra emphasis is good. This is an amendment to listing. So I would check the box, not going on MLS for however long, a couple weeks. Then I'm gonna come back through and I'm gonna check property will now go on MLS. We got some offers. We got a Keller offers offer. We got some offers. We didn't like them. And my personal seller now has cleaned out all their closets or whatever, they're ready to go on MLS, so we're going. I'll be honest with you, I don't understand coming soon ever at all for any reason. I don't know why you would do that. Because you can't shop. So what are you doing? Generating demand, building demand. Well, there, that sounds smart. I mean, maybe the market will shift and we'll need to build demand again. I mean, I don't know why you ever come in soon, because you can't show it. You're just making trouble for yourself, in my opinion. All right. I've shown this form a million times, and who knew it was absolute brilliance, and it's never been more important than it is right now. So among your sphere, among people you meet at an open house, out there in the world, do you get them to tell you what they would buy if they could buy? Do you get them to tell you what they would sell if they could sell? And see if you can create a totally off-market transaction. And why not? Do you think buyers like that? I mean, I do. You mean you could just find me a home and sell my home and I can do it from my couch? What's Open Door telling them? No showing. Sell your home from your couch. Their picture on their website most of the time has them in a lounge chair with an umbrella drink.
What is the value? What is convenience worth? Because if you're selling to those, they have to make a profit. So to give
That's
you a
not true.
fair market value.
So if you
And then
find
they
an
turn
open
around
door
and
offer
sell
lately,
it.
I'm gonna challenge you. 'cause that's
Well,
how I
no,
roll.
their listings are overpriced. I mean,
So are their purchases. So if you're doing a good job for your seller, Open Door is frequently the seller's best choice right now. I'm sorry.
I beat them every time, every time.
Good. Good. It's not a gimme
Then
anymore.
that's the thing, and that's my question to them is, yes, I cannot compete with the convenience of
But
being
you
able to
can.
close in 10 days and you guys being out and all that. However, what is that convenience worth to you? Is it worth $10,000? Is it worth $40,000? When you put it in terms like that, all of a sudden they're like, hold on.
I hear you. Yeah. So I'm not disagreeing with you, right? I'm telling you,
Right. But I mean,
they
that's
didn't know they had that $40,000 anyway. When did they get that equity?
From you.
No,
no, just in the last few years.
that's right.
Right.
Thank you for being dishonest.
Yes.
Right? So to a lot of people, they couldn't give a rat's ass. There I go.
I don't know, when you say $40,000 though, it gets their attention.
Good. I'm encouraging you to have different
Sure,
conversations.
no, and I love that because honestly, it's not anything that I've ever pursued before. Because I've spent years, actually even Thomas and I were coming up with ways to fight the third parties, and it was, don't get open door. We
And I
just turned it
hear you.
into a verb. We were like, just
The
don't
best way
get
to
open
not
door.
get open door though, might be some of this off market. I mean, you have to at least offer something different.
Mhm.
Because 52% of people in Tarrant County sold to an institutional buyer. It just happened.
Those
And I
numbers,
understand.
those numbers are
I
just
mean, it
shocking.
happened because we're busy not talking about it.
Redfin and some of the other companies now are just laying people off.
I understand that. They believe there's going to be a contraction in the number of transactions. I believe that's probably true also. And what did I just say I believe sellers were going to do?
Sit back.
No,
Only show the people in contract.
only show the people under contract. So how many listings do we think there'll be for Redfin agents to take?
How much?
Not many.
They just laid off a bunch of people too. I
Yep.
think 8% or
And they need
10%.
to lay off people.
And I think
Right, good on them.
Yeah.
They're seeing their future. I like it. All right. What do sellers really want today? And stopping to think about it, ideals that are still okay, that are okay with what you're doing right now, right? List on Friday. When is one business day later?
Monday.
Woo! What do you do on Saturday and Sunday?
Open house. For your office.
Bing, 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 bing.
For your office.
No. Read that. who participated just within one business day of marketing the property. Can I have an open house for anybody and everybody, and then one business day, put it in MLS? I don't want this to be true. Y'all are cracking me up. Is it true? I mean, this is all clear cooperation. That is the sum of what was passed. There are not any extra things. Go for it. Y'all are stirring it up back there. I'm like, what's the coaching have to say?
So my question is, if we're not putting it on MLS, right? So,
So if you're not ever putting it on MLS, right, then you can't have open houses.
right, okay, so coming soon,
No open houses, no showings
so
at all.
list on a Friday.
Active listings, they're gonna go on MLS. So I'm helping you build your business. Okay, let's just stop and talk about what we're doing here. I want you to know some strategies to build your business. All right. Go back, it's a listing. It's a traditional listing because y'all all love those. I'm sorry, I'm sort of making fun, but it's also true, right? It's good. Okay, so we got a traditional listing, listed on a Friday, have an open house on a Saturday, an open house on a Sunday. Has anybody but you ever seen that house for sale before? Say no. No, how many leads do you get? A zillion people drive by and go, is that home for sale and open? What's the most important question to ask at those open houses?
Are you represented?
Do you have a realtor? And don't say, are you represented? Because the public is really stupid. So they're gonna say, oh,
Well,
no.
my question is, have you signed anything?
Well, then just, do you have a realtor? Do you have a realtor? Do you work with a realtor? Because if so, I can't represent you. But this property is going active on Monday. And I'd be happy to get it, or they could just write an offer because their client's already seen it.
So listing agreement sign up, I was getting lost in the verbiage.
Yeah.
Like just
I
saying
know,
going
that's-
live on Friday.
that's
so
why I'm
it's
here.
on MLS.
Right, so I'm making fun just because I like to keep it lively, but the truth is, it's very complicated, and your office has not been exposed to this.
So listing agreement signed Friday,
Nothing.
not on MLS
And advertised.
and advertised.
You put that sign in the yard, and it says, open this weekend.
But then Monday,
Active.
okay, because you're saying active, but I was thinking like.
One business day, so if you put, because people are really horrible right now, you really need to look at 24 business, like, so if you put the sign in the yard, this is what I would do. Friday at 5 p.m., then by Monday at 5 p.m., that sucker better be active.
So, but if you're not putting it on the, would you put it on the MLS that's coming soon or not putting it on the MLS at all? Because I feel like a lot of people will see.
So
it
coming
as a-
soon, can you have an open house?
No.
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 You can't have any showing. So I want to be really clear. I would never put anything in MLS coming soon, just me personally. I don't understand why you ever do that. Like, I don't know, what is the benefit?
So
Because you cannot show it ever.
what are strategies?
I just love you guys.
I
You're
got-
thinking about it, you're thinking. You're stopping and you're thinking.
So the benefit of putting it in an MLS and advertising your open house is that syndicates to all of the third-party websites. So that does a lot of advertising. for the open
Yeah,
house.
that's what it says.
So if we have listing agreement signed on Friday, all of my open house stuff now has to happen organically through the agent.
No, how about Facebook ad? How about an ad on Craigslist?
What do you put on the Facebook ads? 'Cause you can't put coming soon because it doesn't have coming soon sign.
No, you just say open house.
Open house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You just say open house this Saturday, never before on the market. It's not coming soon. That is not correct language. Y'all got to tighten up your language because it's a thing right now. Coming soon is a status in MLS that does not allow any showing.
That's the watchword.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Caldwell Banker has an entire sneak peek website. If y'all are sitting there thinking, this isn't right, this one's crazy. I don't want to do this. I don't like her. Stirring the pot. I'm totally okay with all that, by the way, but I just want to tell you, this train already left the station. Y'all don't have to do it if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Coldwell Banker has an entire national website called Sneak Peek. Every weekend, they put signs in the yard on Friday and they sneak peek over the weekend. Active on MLS on Monday. So you don't have to do it. Everybody else is doing it.
No, I think, I love it that we can see things in a different way and we can get ideas and I love it. But I think that we were so, how would I say, suppressed or so like, we can only do these, like, we cannot put a sign on the yard until the house is in the MLS and say coming soon. We cannot do these. So now we have like so many questions, like, how do
And
I
that's
do it? How I'm not
exactly,
breaking the rules, how?
thank you for just saying that. And I want you to know that's exactly what I understood when I started talking to people here was, oh, they really don't know.
Yeah. we don't know.
Like they don't
So it's
know.
hard for us.
So
to
that's
see
why
the
I'm
others.
here, is because I think you need it.
Yes.
I mean, I'm telling you,
Yes.
the world is doing it. Like, this isn't Anne.
Yeah.
This is the world. And somehow y'all just didn't get on the train.
We were just put in a box.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not sorry, but that's what I said, is this is where we need you. And so all of this, we're going. What? So that's not, we just didn't know, we were just told, this is where we need you to be.
I
And so now
understand.
everybody's going, wait, what is that?
I do understand. And so that's why it's my favorite rule breaker. I'm finding my people that's dangerous. But here's what I want you to say. This is not rule breaking. I mean, I'm not kidding. Coldwell Banker has a website that does this. I'm sorry, Keller Williams doesn't. Maybe they will. But I mean, this is absolutely fine. Okay? Go.
I'm a process person, I'm so sorry.
No, no,
Okay,
you
so
can't do nothing. I love this. I want you to get it.
I'm thinking logistically, okay,
Okay.
get my listing agreement signed on Friday,
Okay,
open houses on the weekend, live on Monday.
Yep.
I've got to get photos. If we're going live on, unless I don't obviously get it in contract that weekend, right? So I have my listing presentation with the clients. They maybe agree logistically, I can have photos and everything done before then.
so why don't you go 2 weeks off market? So these are the logistics I would be doing.
I got it.
2 weeks off market. I'm gonna check the off market box.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna get photos. They're gonna clean out their, linen closet, whatever it is they need to be doing. I'm gonna market it like heck to my office. And I'm gonna market it like heck to my sphere, to my signed buyer rep agreements. And I'm gonna get a Keller offers offer. All during that 2 weeks. Then on a Friday, I'm gonna amend it so that it's active. I'm gonna have open houses, and then I'm gonna put it on MLS on. Wow. Okay,
It is like-
you're good.
And I'm sorry, we were late, we're so late, but my question is, what is the, what is the value that we're offering the seller to do this?
Okay, so I'm gonna back up just because I think it's shocking. And I want y'all to see it again. All right. At stake is being the first point of contact for homeowners who are thinking of selling their home, something we as agents used to take for granted. Now they're getting offers in their mailbox, they're hearing offers by text, they're getting offers. So don't kid yourself, call me when you're ready is ineffective. Institutional buyers bought 13.2% of properties nationwide. 28% of properties sold in Texas were sold to an institutional buyer. In Denton County, 39% of transactions were to an institutional buyer. 39% you didn't sell unless you sold them to an institutional buyer. That's why. Sellers are demanding a way to sell more quickly, more conveniently. And I know you don't like it, right? Like, I've been a realtor 30 years. I just want them to get the most money possible. They don't all care. apparently 39% of them don't care if they get the most possible dollar amount.
It's more important than to be.
Well, it's monopoly money. Be honest about what it is.
Yeah.
They didn't have it 2 years ago. They don't plan convenience. Do you use Uber Eats? Is that because it's cheap?
No.
You pay a heck of a lot for convenience. And in your mind, and in the mind of plenty of sellers, $40,000 is gonna be way too much. But if I thought, I never dreamed I'd get 400,000 equity out of my home. So if I get 360 equity out of my home, I'm still having a party. Woo! Party! Yes.
Hey, in the listing agreement, can't we check all the boxes to say, so not put like, or maybe put in special provisions, we have it off of market?
No, because because all this stuff, right? I mean, all of our associations are checking everything every day, and you gotta have the right paperwork to show the transition. Okay.
And what I'm hearing you say is whatever decision, whether it's becoming soon or off market, that's the box that needs to be checked. If it's the off market, you need to add in the special provisions. And then on Friday, before you do the open house, is when you need to have the amendment to the listing agreement, have the open houses and go after Monday.
You win the prize.
Just making sure I'm following.
Well, it's a lot, and it's particularly a lot when you haven't been exposed to it at all.
But you only have to do all of that if you don't sell it while it's temporarily off market. in
That's
2
right.
weeks.
And this is, you were asking what's the value to the seller? Well, apparently, lots of sellers are liking to keep their privacy, are liking to do it quickly and conveniently, are like the evidence is huge. Compass has private exclusives, Caldwell Banker has exclusive look and sneak peek, right? We gotta do this. We're just losing. Have you ever heard Gary Keller say we're losing so slow, we think we're winning? Like this is one of those. You know, we had a good year, prices were high, we sold a few less homes, but that made for a nice life. It's all good. Until it's not.
Okay, one last question. So if you sat there and let's say you did your amendment with, we're gonna have it off market for 2 weeks. The only thing that I would ever think about is like, are we gonna get a lot of sellers that are gonna sit there and go, okay, I'm gonna give you these 2 weeks, and then they don't wanna amend, or they want, like, are we gonna spin some wheels doing it, is what that's going through my head? Because
So I mean, I don't think so. I think you tell them in advance exactly what you're gonna do. Like, I'm gonna go off market because it's easier for you, because you've indicated to me that you would like to see what you can get easily. And so while you're finishing up your painting of the kitchen, I'm gonna try off market. It'll be for my office. I'll get a Keller offers offer. We'll see what we can get. Then I'm gonna show them to you. If we don't love them, then we'll go active. Because I'm not marketing it at all. No public marketing during that time. Just using my network. Okay, so this is the dream home match form. Right? So lots of other companies have open houses where they're doing this. Yes.
We're working on that form.
It's in the presentation. If one of you will email me, I'll email it right back to you. Like literally, I'm sure Anna, I was showing this when you were there. I mean, I've been using it for years, but I've used it at open houses just to get buyers. And say, hey, I'm constantly busy talking to potential sellers. So, you know, if you want to know what I have off market, we need to go ahead and sign a buyer rep. And they go, oh, no, I don't want to sign anything. Okay, well, I just want you to understand that the properties that I expose my clients to, I cannot expose to you, or I'm violating the buyer rep agreement. My buyer rep agreement with you makes you a client and means that I provide you with services that are exclusive to my clients. So I will not be sending you the same information. Are you good with that? Got any FOMO now? Here's the one.
And when you had that approach with some of those people,
Yeah.
did you, You seem like you're thick-skinned, you probably didn't care if they were irritated by you on that, or
Well, I really don't care. I'm looking for my people, right? And I'm super sweet. So one of the things, this is just one of the benefits I have that you probably don't have, is I'm really kind and nice and likable, because they don't know that I'm actually just horrible and very firm and mean when necessary. So typically, it's a pleasant conversation. I go, oh, gosh. So the way this buyer rep works is you either work with me or you work with another agent. You need to choose very carefully, because of course I have access to, I mean, I'm here, right? I have access to all kinds of off-market activity, and I can only share that with you if we're in a client relationship, because I have other clients. And I'd be violating my agreement with them if I shared it with you and you weren't one.
Does that make sense?
Oh my gosh. So I understand if you have another relationship, love it, cherish it, go. I love realtors. They love me. Like, I've been at this a long time. Who is it? I probably know them. I might even be having wine with them this Friday. Who is it? That's a good one.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Keep right on the move. But I want them to know, right, that from the minute I talk about buyer rep, it is a serious agreement. I do not send it with all the other docs and go, please God, sign it without reading it, which is what too many agents do.
Right.
Please God, don't ask me about compensation. I'm not gonna do that, right? I talk about it from the minute. You are so, if you sign with me, you have no idea the blessing I can be. All right. Right, back to sneak peek for 24 hours or one weekend. Coming soon, right? So I just said, I don't know why I would ever do it. But here's the truth. You may have a seller who really hopes to never have a showing. They have a kid on oxygen. They have 4 Rottweilers. Right? I don't know. So can I do terrific photos and a 3D dollhouse drawing and twilight drone photography and coming soon it for 30 days? Because it's perfectly okay to get an offer from someone who's never seen it. They cannot go see it in coming soon. But if I do the right job online, because I can advertise it, remember? It's in MLS. I can advertise it like crazy. I can buy Facebook ads in California and Illinois. Did y'all hear? Caterpillar's coming here from Illinois. Buy yourself some ads for your listings in Chicago. Right? So I'm gonna advertise it like heck while it's coming soon. Otherwise, why am I doing it? And what seller wouldn't love to sell at a top dollar with no showings? Don't be kidding yourself. Sellers are not at home going, I can't wait to have showings.
Not.
I mean, I used to market. This is how old I am. I can get more showings on your listing than the other agents, and I can prove it to you with my stats from showing systems, centralized showing systems. My stats are that I get more showings per listing. That was a plus. I would never say that now. I get more showings. Oh God, I don't want more showings. What do they want? They want more offers. More offers, easy. All right, so coming soon. If you're gonna coming soon the heck out of it.
Can you do coming soon for 30 days? I thought it was limited to 2 weeks.
30 days. Part of the reason you come to these things is because the rules change.
It used to be 14.
I'm agreeing with you, it did used to be 14.
Yeah.
It's been 30 days for over a year.
Okay.
Just not think I'll feel bad, but.
Too late.
I didn't even know it.
All right, and then just off market as a first step, which I've talked about. Here's all I want you to do. I just want you to have more conversations with more sellers. And does offering something private, quick, does that get you an additional conversation? I don't care if you never actually do any of this. But you're missing an entire world of conversations that are happening without you.
Yeah.
If you never do it, that's fine. Maybe everybody will list traditionally. That's great. That's actually what I believe is best for them.
I do too.
But I know, I mean, I can prove you're missing conversation.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Can we advertise that, or are we breaking any rules when we say we have like off-market properties or
If you,
like if we advertise that on Facebook or in other, it's completely legal to do that.
There's an agent that is a pretty big time agent in Dallas, and she has a website that says, "Are you interested in my pocket listings?"
Yeah.
And it's literally, it's locked, so you can't access it unless you give her your contact information.
well,
And
because she can
now-
only advertise it to her clients.
So now she's going and getting all this contact information, and I would imagine she's doing.
At what point do they become a client?
When they send it.
So, but if they
No,
have
they're-
to enter their information and that's all they have to do to see the listings,
No,
or do they have to fill out a
Yeah.
That
box?
just
You
gives
don't-
her their info
yeah.
and starts her marketing and so that they will become her client.
So you can't. you
Would be the
can't
only
send it
way
out
it's
just to
fair.
your database.
I'm sorry,
You
what?
can't just send it out to your database then. It has to be somebody in buyer rep.
For you to market your listing?
Yes,
No, it says you can send it to your database.
database. So
Oh,
it doesn't have to be a client. It
So it
has to
doesn't
have
have to
somebody
be
you
a
have previous
client.
contact with.
It has to have somebody who you have their information.
So I'm not gonna do that personally. Because I'm going back to buyer rep, right? Like I value those people who signed a buyer rep with me and I'm gonna honor them.
Right.
So I'm gonna share it with all of them and I'm gonna build my people that did. I'm not going to market it just to anybody.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell them that.
Well, that just takes away.
I mean,
the
that's
whole
part of my
concept
script
being
is,
exclusive.
I'm sorry, but I really value the people who value me. And so if you'd like to see my off-market listings, let's talk about representation of what that could look like. I can send them to you, but then am I your agent on at least those? What else have you signed with who else? But can you market it, was your question. Oh yeah, look at this. Gain access to off-market homes shared only with Compass agents and buyers.
But so you can publicly market an off-market property? I thought you said you couldn't.
Okay, no, that's not what right? I'm answering your question, aren't I?
Not a specific property.
Not a specific property, but can you market that you have off-market homes? Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good. Good questions. This is why I started this way, right? Like y'all, this is happening. They didn't wait to ask, well, are we sure this is good? Okay. Now, I want you to feel free to ask questions. And if you're thinking about doing something like this, run by your process. I'm fine with all of that. But I just want you to have a chance at more listings. I want you to have a chance at more listings. You're laughing.
I'm loving what you're saying. That's not laughing. That's thank you.
Well, you're welcome. And it really is, I mean, I really do feel like this is my broker job, right? This is the job of the broker, is to figure out what are the trends and what is okay to do.
Strategies. Yep.
The strategies that are going to help you win.
Yeah.
I mean, I will also help you if you get into trouble. But I don't think that's my primary thing. I think my primary thing is to be a whiz at trends and rules so that you can follow the rules and win. Cool. Okay? Is this okay?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I'm broker chatting every Thursday and nobody likes.
Every Monday.
Oh. I don't even know what it is. Okay, on Mondays at 1, I'm broker chatting by Zoom. So the last broker chat was about FERPTA, the foreign investment, if your seller is a foreign person. Yeah, I promise you, y'all don't know the correct information. I promise that was just information that you missed. On the 27th, I'm doing mineral rights.
Good.
I promise that you do not know. And I feel like there's just this overwhelming, we already know or something, and it's not really that factual. So I'm just going to give you a nudge. We're recording them all. So there'll be a library of all of the Zooms. I've done 2 so far. I'm pretty good at 20 to 30 minutes. It's not all day. This seems like I could talk forever, and I can. but I don't on that, right? It's 20 to 30 minutes, and I promise, this is just an example of what is changing all the time.
Where can we get those recordings? Are you gonna send them to us or
They
where?
are on the Facebook
They
group
already-
and in our YouTube channel.
They already?
Yes.
Oh,
I've been there for both of them, and they were very, very good. You want to ask questions?
Yes, I'll let you ask questions and everything, yeah.
Very, very good.
I mean, it's just, so here's my belief, and I don't want to be scary, but Compass laid off people, Redfin laid off people, right? The whole world feels like things are gonna change. The only way I know how to help you win is to be the best. And to be the best today, not 5 years ago. It doesn't, none of those things are true anymore. I mean, it's just, you're just missing so much. And so I really just want to pour into you so you can be the true experts, because I'm not sure who else is going to survive. I mean, I really just don't know who else is going to survive. So I really would love it if you go back and watch broker chats. It's okay if you can't make it on Mondays at 1, but do pay attention because it's all really good stuff. And a lot of it, we should share with them because it's true for her, you know. The foreign person.
I was actually already thinking, how do I get access to that? I will say, and remember when I was a brand new agent and one of the first things I went to was one of your economic update classes. And I remember I went to an open house and I had no idea what I was saying. And I just spewed out something that you said that was literally just regurgitating it. I didn't even understand it. And I remember that person left and they came back about 30 minutes later and they said, I've never heard an agent talk like that. Will you be my agent? And that was the moment where I said, I don't know what Anna's talking about, but I gotta do that stuff. And I gotta figure that out. And then the next thing you taught me was, why are you you asked me how long my listing appointment was. And I said, an hour, hour and 15 minutes, sometimes an hour and a half if you're talking. You said, why is it more than 5 minutes? And I said, I don't understand. And you told me Ben Kinney's listing appointment, which goes for this, where you said, why don't you walk in and you have an easy button? Or I have an on-market listing, which would you like? And that was 7 years ago, and you're still talking about the easy button today. It has not changed, and yet you're still talking about it. And I remember when, I'm sure a lot of these agents were here for this time when Open Door walked in the market, and we were all like, they're not gonna get any market share, and they got 127 listings in their very first month in the market. And that is a market that people want, that we don't understand why they want, because we're talking to so many people that don't want it. And yet these are the things that it's so important for people to listen to what you're talking about, because you have exposure to all of these people and to all the things that you're hearing from the market, and it's in your DNA that you're a researcher and an economist, and this is what the people want.
I mean, sellers are demanding it, I would say. And so one last little, just because it's today, economic chat made me think of it, because I don't really do that so often anymore, but I could. But what's happening today that people are interested in at 1 o'clock today, what happened? And I don't know, because I haven't been on my phone.
Interest rates.
The
I would
Fed
say,
met.
yeah, the Fed,
What did
yeah.
they do?
They raised it.
By how much?
0.75.
0.75. So that was already built into the market. They were going to choose between 0.5 and 0.75. So what do you think mortgage rates will do?
Go up.
No,
Well, they kind of say this, they bump a little bit.
I bet they'll go down.
They'll go down.
So let's just have a spirited economic conversation.
All right.
Because I like it. Okay, so mortgage rates are not tied to Fed funds rates, not at all. And if you look historically at the chart, lots of times the Fed funds rates go up and the mortgage rates go down. Do you know why? And why I think personally they're going to go down right now? The one thing 30-year mortgages hate more than anything is uncertainty. Uncertainty. Builders hate it because they're buying supplies and, right? Uncertainty raises mortgage rates all day long. Certainty, which we now have, so 0.75% increase was already priced into the stock market. I bet the stock market's going, woohoo! I don't know. Somebody look it up on this. See if I'm right. I bet. Okay, and I think mortgage rates will go down because what has happened to demand?
It's dropped.
It's dropped. So what do mortgage lenders need to do?
Get more demand.
Right.
Drop the rate.
Incentives.
Build in incentives. Are we gonna start shopping for mortgage rates? Say yes.
Yes.
You bet.
The lenders aren't happy because they lost all of their refis also. 50% of the country
Oh,
has
yeah.
a mortgage interest rate under 4%.
That's right.
And so lenders are making less money today than they were last year.
So they're gonna
Just off the
start,
market.
all their sweet days and making 3% plus more when it sells. We always thought we were the highest paid ones in the transaction.
What we don't know.
No, we are nowhere close to the highest paid people. So, yeah. Start being very aggressive with shopping for your lenders, and don't be surprised if mortgage rates go down. Now, when you're out at an open house, when you're out at the ballpark and people ask, how's the real estate market? Please don't say, good. I had a good year. Oh, I'm busy, right? That's not what they're asking. They're asking for information. So today, tomorrow, right? Over this next week. So, I know they raised Fed rates, but actually mortgage rates are different than that. And demand has a lot to do with that. So I think there's a chance you could get a better deal on a mortgage right now today because they raised rates. That's backwards. You'll be the smartest person they've ever talked to. And are you thinking about the fact that FHA loans are assumable, or you're all talking about that? Because I've already talked about that here, okay? Over 6%, how many of them have a under 3% rate? Okay, y'all rock.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sam.
Anytime. I'm just full of stuff. How's this a problem?
30 years worth, right?
30 years worth. Well, I mean, it's interesting.
It is.
Think how to do it better.
I'm ending it. So when